My beloved, before this new week asks anything of you, come and be with me. Do not let the noise of tomorrow steal the peace I have prepared for today. I have called you here not because you are strong enough for the journey ahead, but because I am. If you will walk with me, you will never walk alone. I know the questions hidden in your heart. I know the burdens you carried into this morning before anyone else saw your face. I have seen every silent tear, every anxious thought, every prayer whispered in the darkness. Do not fear what this week may hold, for I already stand in every moment waiting to guide you. Many will begin this week trusting in their own understanding, but I invite you to trust in my wisdom. My wisdom does not fail when circumstances change. My truth remains when opinions fade. If you will listen for my voice above every other voice, I will lead you on paths that bring life, peace, and purpose. Do not measure this week by the size of your problems. Measure it by the greatness of my love for you. Mountains may rise before you, but I am the one who moves mountains. Doors may seem closed, but I am the one who opens what no one can shut. What appears impossible to you is never beyond my power. When weakness whispers that you cannot continue, remember that my strength is made perfect in those who depend on me. You do not have to carry every burden by yourself. Place them into my hands. The weight that has stolen your joy is not yours to bear alone. Some of you have entered this morning carrying disappointment from last week. You wonder if anything will truly change. Hear my voice today. Your past does not decide your future when you place your life in my hands. My mercy is new every morning, and my grace is greater than every failure behind you. Do not chase after the favor of people while forgetting the favor that comes from my Father. When my hand is upon your life, I will make a way where there seems to be none. I will place you where you need to be, at the right time, with the right people, according to my perfect purpose. There will be moments this week when fear will knock at your heart. Do not invite it inside. Instead, remember my promises. Remember that I am your shepherd, your defender, your Prince of Peace. Even when you cannot see the road ahead, my hand will never release yours. Look around you with eyes of faith. Every sunrise is a reminder that my Father has not forgotten his children. Every breath you take is evidence that his mercy continues. Every opportunity before you is another invitation to walk in obedience, humility, and love. Do not allow bitterness, anger, or worry to rule your heart this week. Forgive quickly, love generously, speak words that bring life. Be a light where darkness tries to spread. Let others see my compassion through your kindness and my peace through your faith. If you have been praying for an answer, do not grow weary. I hear every prayer offered in faith. Though my timing may not always match your expectations, my plans are always filled with hope. Trust that what I prepare for you is greater than what you could prepare for yourself. Some of you have forgotten how valuable you are in the eyes of my Father. Hear me today. You are not abandoned. You are not unseen. You are not without purpose. I came so that you might have life and have it abundantly. Walk this week knowing that you are deeply loved. Do not begin this Monday expecting defeat. Begin it expecting my presence. Wherever you go, invite me into your conversations, your decisions, your work, your home, and your moments of uncertainty. A heart that welcomes me will discover peace that the world cannot give. When you reach places where your own wisdom ends, my wisdom will begin. When your strength is exhausted, my strength will sustain you. When favor seems beyond your reach, my Father will open unexpected doors. Remain faithful in the small things, and you will see my hand working in ways you never imagined. Now open your heart completely before me. Lay aside every distraction, every fear, every heavy thought, and every unanswered question. Come with faith instead of doubt, with expectation instead of worry, and with gratitude instead of fear. Because this week is another opportunity to walk beside me, to hear my voice, to receive my wisdom, to stand in my strength, and to experience the favor my Father delights to pour upon those who trust in Him. My beloved child, before you step into this new week, I invite you to come closer to me. Do not rush ahead carrying tomorrow's worries before you have received today's peace. Sit with me for a moment. Let my presence quiet every anxious thought. I have already gone before you into this Monday, and nothing you will face has escaped my eyes. I know the plans you have made. I know the dreams you carry and the fears you hide from everyone around you. I know the prayers you have repeated, wondering if heaven has heard. Listen carefully. I have never turned away from the cry of a heart that seeks me. Even when my answer seems delayed, my love has never been distant. I am working in ways you cannot yet see. This week will present decisions that require more than human understanding. That is why I say to you, seek my wisdom before seeking the opinions of the world. Many voices will compete for your attention, but my voice brings peace instead of confusion, truth instead of deception, and direction instead of uncertainty. If you follow me, I will guide your steps one day at a time. Do not be discouraged by the battles waiting ahead. The enemy wants you to begin this week with fear, but I want you to begin it with faith. You do not fight for victory. You fight from the victory I have already secured. Stand confidently, knowing that my power is greater than every obstacle and my authority is higher than every circumstance. Perhaps you feel tired before the week has even begun. You have carried responsibilities that have drained your strength and burdens that have weighed heavily upon your heart. Bring them to me now. I did not create you to live under the crushing weight of worry. Let me renew your spirit and fill you with strength that does not fade when challenges arise. Many of you have entered this Monday carrying memories of last week's disappointments. You have questioned your abilities, your future, and even the promises I have spoken over your life. But I tell you this, do not allow yesterday's failures to become today's chains. My mercy has given you a new beginning. What was broken does not have to remain broken when you place it into my hands. I am the God who restores, who renews, and who makes all things beautiful in my perfect time. Do not become anxious about opportunities that seem beyond your reach. I am the one who opens doors that no person can close, and I am the one who closes doors that would lead you away from my purpose. Trust my guidance even when you do not understand my direction. Sometimes what feels like a delay is my protection. Sometimes what appears to be a closed door is my invitation to something far greater than you imagined. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that I am arranging every step according to my Father's perfect will. This week, choose to speak words that give life instead of words that spread fear. Your heart is shaped by what your mouth declares. Speak hope when others expect defeat. Speak faith when circumstances appear impossible. Speak kindness where there is anger, forgiveness where there is hurt, and encouragement where there is despair. Let your words reflect the love you have received from me, so that those around you may see the light of my Father shining through your life. Do not compare your journey with the journey of another. I have called each of you by name, and I have prepared a unique path for every one of my children. What I am doing in someone else's life does not diminish what I desire to do in yours. Be faithful where I have placed you today. Honor me in the small moments, the unseen acts of obedience, and the quiet prayers that no one else hears. My Father sees what is done in secret, and he delights to bless those who remain faithful, even when no applause is given. When fear comes knocking at your heart this week, do not give it a place to stay. Instead, remember my promises. Remember the storms I have already carried you through. Remember the prayers I have already answered. Remember the countless times my grace sustained you when your own strength was gone. If I have been faithful yesterday, will I not also be faithful today? Lift your eyes above your circumstances and fix them upon me, for I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. Some of you are standing at the beginning of this week with hearts that feel uncertain. You cannot see what tomorrow will bring, and because you cannot see it, you have begun to fear it. But I did not call you to walk by sight. I called you to walk by faith. The road ahead may be hidden from your eyes, but it has never been hidden from mine. Before this Monday began, I was already preparing the moments that will strengthen you, the people who will encourage you, and the opportunities that will reveal my goodness. Trust me one step at a time, and you will discover that my hand has been leading you all along. Do not allow the weight of the world to steal the joy my Father has placed within you. Every day will bring its own responsibilities, but you were never meant to carry them without me. When your heart becomes overwhelmed, call upon my name. When your strength begins to fade, remain in my presence. I am the vine, and you are the branches. Apart from me, your soul grows weary, but when you remain in me, you will bear fruit that lasts. My peace is not dependent upon easy circumstances. It is the gift I give to those who choose to trust me in every season. There are blessings waiting for you this week that you have not yet imagined. Some will arrive through open doors, while others will come disguised as unexpected challenges that draw you closer to my Father. Do not reject the lessons that difficulty brings, for I often shape strong faith through moments that require complete dependence upon me. What the enemy intends to discourage you with, my Father is able to transform into something that strengthens your character, deepens your faith, and prepares you for greater things still to come. So as you begin this new week, lift your eyes toward heaven and fill your heart with expectation instead of fear. Let every decision be guided by my wisdom, every conversation be seasoned with my love, every challenge be met with my strength, and every opportunity be received with gratitude. Walk through this Monday, knowing that my favor goes before you, my Spirit walks beside you, and my Father's faithful love surrounds you every moment of every day. As you keep your heart fixed on me, you will find courage for every battle, peace in every storm, wisdom for every decision, strength for every burden, and hope that will carry you faithfully through this entire week. As this new week begins, I ask you to surrender every plan into my hands before you take your first step. Do not hold so tightly to your own understanding that you miss the path I have prepared for you. My Father's plans are higher than your plans, and his thoughts are greater than your thoughts. What seems uncertain to you is already known in heaven. Walk with confidence, not because you know every answer, but because you know the one who holds every answer. When you seek my kingdom first, everything you truly need will be provided in its proper time. Do not let discouragement find a home in your heart when progress seems slow. Seeds planted in faith do not bear fruit overnight, yet they continue to grow where no human eye can see. In the same way, my Father is working beneath the surface of your life, even when everything appears unchanged. Every prayer spoken in faith, every act of obedience, every quiet moment spent in my presence is preparing a harvest that will arrive at the appointed time. Remain steadfast. Do not grow weary in doing what is right, for your faithfulness is never unnoticed by heaven. I also call you to become a blessing wherever you go this week. Let your kindness reflect my compassion. Let your patience reveal my grace. Let your forgiveness demonstrate the mercy my Father has shown to you. There are people you will meet whose hearts are burdened, whose faith is weak, and whose hope is fading. They may never enter a place of worship, but they will encounter you. Let your words bring comfort, your actions bring encouragement, and your life point them toward the love that can only be found in me. Shine as a light in a world that longs for hope. Now open your heart completely before my Father as we pray together. Lay every burden at his feet, release every fear into his hands, and receive the peace that only heaven can give. Ask him for wisdom that will guide every decision, strength that will carry every responsibility, favor that will open the right doors, and faith that will remain unshaken through every trial. Believe that this Monday is not the beginning of ordinary days, but the beginning of another opportunity to witness my Father's faithfulness, to walk confidently in his promises, to experience his unfailing love, and to discover that those who trust completely in him will never walk through this week alone. Let us come before my Father with humble hearts. Do not bring him only your requests, bring him your trust. Do not bring him only your needs, bring him your faith. My Father delights in those who seek him with sincere hearts, who believe before they see, and who choose hope even when the path ahead is uncertain. Today, as this new week begins, open every corner of your heart to his presence. Allow his peace to wash away every fear, his truth to silence every lie, and his love to remind you that you are never forgotten. Pray with confidence, not because your own strength is enough, but because my Father's power knows no limits. Ask him to fill your mind with wisdom that leads to right decisions, your hands with strength for every task, your heart with compassion for every person you meet, and your spirit with courage to remain faithful in every circumstance. Trust that he will provide exactly what you need when you need it most. He is the giver of every good gift, the keeper of every promise, and the faithful shepherd who watches over his children day and night. As you leave this moment of prayer and step into the responsibilities of this Monday, carry my words with you. Let them be the foundation beneath your feet and the hope within your heart. When uncertainty arises, remember that I am with you. When temptation comes, remember that my truth will strengthen you. When weariness finds you, remember that my Father renews those who wait upon him. Walk through every hour of this week with quiet confidence, knowing that you are surrounded by his grace, upheld by his mighty hand, guided by his perfect wisdom, and covered by his everlasting favor. And whenever your heart begins to wander, return to me. Speak with me throughout your day. Invite me into every conversation, every decision, every challenge, and every victory. Let your first response be prayer rather than panic, faith rather than fear, gratitude rather than lament, and love rather than resentment. If you remain close to me, you will discover that no burden is too heavy, No valley is too deep. No mountain is too high, and no situation is beyond my Father's power. For his mercy is new every morning. His faithfulness never fails. And his love will carry you safely through this week, until you see his promises unfolding before your very eyes. My beloved, before you rise from this place of prayer, receive this truth deep within your heart. You do not step into this week as one who has been abandoned. You step into it as one who is deeply loved by my Father. His eyes are upon you when you rise in the morning and when you rest at night. He knows every step you will take, every word you will speak, every challenge you will face, and every blessing he has prepared for you. Nothing this week will surprise him, and because it does not surprise him, it does not have to frighten you. Go forward with a heart that is full of faith. Let my peace guard your mind when worry tries to enter. Let my joy become your strength when discouragement whispers that you cannot continue. Let my truth be the light that directs your path when confusion surrounds you. Wherever you go, remember that you carry the hope of my Father's kingdom within you. Be gentle with the broken, patient with the struggling, generous with those in need, and faithful in everything you do. As you seek my Father first above all else, you will discover that his wisdom will guide your decisions, his strength will sustain your spirit, his favor will surround your life, and his unfailing love will remain with you through every moment of this new week, until every step you take becomes another testimony of his goodness, his mercy, and his everlasting faithfulness. My child, do not forget that every new morning is an invitation from my Father to begin again. Yesterday does not have the authority to define today, and the mistakes behind you do not determine the victories ahead of you. My grace is greater than your regrets, and my mercy is stronger than your failures. Therefore, lift your head with confidence and walk into this Monday with a thankful heart. Every breath you take is a reminder that my Father is not finished with your story. He is still shaping you, still strengthening you, still leading you, and still opening the way before you, according to his perfect will. So keep your eyes fixed on me throughout this week. When the world offers confusion, choose my wisdom. When fear tries to silence your faith, choose to believe my promises. When you feel weak, lean upon my strength. When you wonder which path to take, listen for my voice, for I will never lead you into darkness. Walk in love, remain steadfast in prayer, trust my Father's timing, and refuse to let doubt take root in your heart. As you surrender each day into my hands, you will discover that my peace will guard your soul, my strength will carry your burdens. My favor will open doors beyond your imagination, and my Father's blessings will follow you wherever you go, filling this entire week with hope, purpose, courage, and the quiet assurance that you are forever held in his everlasting love. My beloved children, remain in my presence a little longer, for there is something your heart must hear before you continue into this new week. Many of you have prayed for wisdom, strength, and favor, yet deep within you there is still a quiet fear that perhaps you are not enough for what lies ahead. You look at your responsibilities and wonder if you have what it takes. You look at your family, your work, your finances, your health, and your future, and you quietly ask, Lord, will I make it through? Hear my voice today. Do not measure your future by your present ability. Measure it by my Father's limitless power. The one who created the heavens and the earth is the same one who walks beside you today. If my Father clothes the flowers of the field with beauty and feeds the birds of the air every single day, Will he not faithfully care for you, whom he loves so deeply? You are far more valuable than you realize, and my Father's care for you never weakens, never grows tired, and never comes to an end. Do not allow the pace of this world to pull your heart away from me. Many people begin their week, rushing from one task to another, chasing success while neglecting the very source of life. They search everywhere for peace while ignoring the Prince of Peace. They seek wisdom from countless voices, while refusing to listen to the one who speaks eternal truth. I invite you to live differently. Begin every morning by seeking my Father. Before you answer the demands of the world, answer his invitation. Before you carry your burdens into the day, place them into his hands. Before you make your plans, ask him to establish your steps. A heart that seeks my Father first will never lack the guidance it truly needs. There will be moments this week when unexpected situations will arise. Plans may change, people may disappoint you, opportunities may come in ways you did not expect, and challenges may appear without warning. Do not let these things shake your faith. Remember how often my Father has carried you through seasons you once believed you could never survive. Think of the doors he has opened when every path appeared closed. Remember the comfort he gave you when sorrow filled your heart. Recall the strength he placed within you when your own strength had disappeared. His faithfulness is not something that belongs only to your past. His faithfulness walks with you into every new day. When fear tries to speak louder than faith, choose to listen to my voice instead. Fear will always tell you what could go wrong. Faith reminds you of who is walking with you. Fear focuses on the size of the storm, but faith remembers the one who commands the wind and the waves. Fear sees obstacles. Faith sees my Father's power. Fear fills the heart with questions, but faith rests in the certainty that my Father never abandons those who trust in him. Do not feed your fears with endless worry. Feed your faith with my words, for my words are life to those who receive them and strength to those who believe. I also ask you to guard your heart carefully throughout this week. Not everything that seeks your attention deserves your attention. Not every voice deserves your trust. Fill your mind with what is true, honorable, pure, and filled with hope. Refuse to allow bitterness, jealousy, anger, or unforgiveness to take root within you. These things quietly steal the joy my Father desires to give you. Instead, let your heart become a place where love grows freely, where mercy is quickly offered, where kindness becomes your daily habit, and where gratitude fills every conversation. A grateful heart sees blessings that a complaining heart will never notice. Perhaps someone has wounded you deeply. Perhaps harsh words still echo in your mind. Perhaps betrayal has left scars you cannot easily forget. I know your pain because I carried the pain of rejection, betrayal, and suffering. Yet I tell you, do not allow the wounds others have given you to become prisons that keep you from experiencing my Father's peace. Forgive, not because the hurt was small, but because my Father's grace is greater. Release what you cannot change into his hands, and trust him to bring justice, healing, and restoration in his perfect way and perfect time. As you move through this Monday and every day that follows, become an instrument of my Father's love. Wherever you enter, carry peace instead of division. Bring hope instead of despair. Speak life where others speak defeat. Encourage those who are weary. Lift up those who have fallen. Pray for those who cannot find the strength to pray for themselves. The world does not need more people who spread fear. It needs people whose lives reflect the compassion, mercy, and truth of my Father. Let your actions reveal that you have spent time with me. Do not become discouraged if the results of your faithfulness are not immediately visible. Seeds planted in obedience often grow quietly beneath the surface before they ever appear above the ground. Every act of kindness, every prayer spoken in secret, every sacrifice made for my Father's glory, and every moment you choose obedience over convenience is seen by heaven. Nothing done in faith is ever wasted. My Father is always working, even when your eyes cannot yet see the harvest. Continue walking faithfully, continue trusting completely, and continue believing confidently that what my Father has promised, He is fully able to accomplish. Remember also that your identity is not determined by your failures, your accomplishments, or the opinions of people around you. Your identity is found in my Father's love. You are not defined by your past mistakes. You are not defined by your fears or your weaknesses. You are one whom my Father created with purpose, called with grace, and invited into His family through faith. Walk with the confidence of someone who belongs to Him. Let that confidence shape your decisions, strengthen your courage, and fill your heart with unshakable hope. So as this week unfolds before you, refuse to walk with anxiety. Walk with expectation. Refuse to live under fear. Live beneath my Father's promises. Refuse to allow temporary circumstances to determine your eternal perspective. Keep your eyes fixed upon me, and you will discover wisdom when decisions must be made. Strength when your energy seems exhausted. Peace when the world grows restless. Favor when doors seem impossible to open. And joy that remains steady regardless of the circumstances around you. Because my Father's presence will continue to surround you, guide you, strengthen you, uphold you, and remind you every single day that you never walk alone. For His faithful love goes before you, remains beside you, and will never depart from those who place their complete trust in Him. My beloved children, as this time of prayer draws to a close, do not think that my presence ends when these words are finished. I do not remain only in moments of worship or in quiet places of prayer. I go with you into every part of your day. I walk beside you when you leave your home, when you enter your workplace, when you care for your family, when you make difficult decisions, and even when you sit alone wondering what tomorrow may bring. There is no place where my Father's love cannot reach you, and there is no moment when His eyes are not lovingly watching over you. Wherever this week leads you, remember that you never take a single step without heaven already being there before you. Many of you have spent years praying for change. You have prayed for healing, restoration, financial provision, peace in your home, wisdom for your future, and answers to questions that have remained hidden. Sometimes you wonder whether your prayers have reached my Father at all. Hear me carefully today. Every sincere prayer offered in faith is precious before Him. Not one tear has fallen without His notice. Not one cry from your heart has been ignored. Even when you cannot see Him working, He is arranging circumstances, opening unseen doors, protecting you from dangers you never knew existed, and preparing blessings that will arrive at the perfect moment according to His wisdom. Do not become impatient while waiting for my Father's promises to unfold. The world teaches you to expect everything immediately, but the kingdom of heaven teaches you to trust faithfully. Fruit grows slowly. Strong trees do not rise overnight. Rivers carve through mountains one day at a time. In the same way, my Father is shaping your character, strengthening your faith, and preparing your heart for the blessings He desires to place in your hands. If He gave you everything before you were ready, some blessings would become burdens instead. Trust His timing, because His timing is always filled with perfect wisdom and perfect love. This week you will encounter people who are carrying invisible burdens. Some will smile while hiding deep sorrow. Others will appear confident while quietly battling fear. Some will seem successful while their hearts long for peace they cannot find. Do not overlook them. Let my compassion flow through your words and actions. Offer encouragement where there is discouragement. Offer forgiveness where there is conflict. Offer kindness where there is loneliness. Sometimes the smallest act of love becomes the very answer to someone else's desperate prayer. My Father often works through willing hearts that simply choose to love as He loves. I also remind you to guard your thoughts carefully. Many battles are won or lost long before they appear in your circumstances. The enemy delights in planting seeds of fear, doubt, resentment, and hopelessness within your mind. Do not allow those seeds to take root. Fill your heart with my words instead. Meditate on my Father's promises. Remember His faithfulness. Speak truth over your life instead of repeating your fears. The thoughts you choose to nurture will shape the direction of your heart. Therefore, choose thoughts that strengthen faith, increase hope, and remind you continually that my Father remains faithful through every season. When challenges come this week, do not ask only, "How can I escape this?" Ask instead, "Father, what do you desire to teach me through this?" Some of life's greatest lessons are discovered in moments that seem difficult. Patience is strengthened while waiting. Courage is developed during uncertainty. Compassion grows through suffering. Wisdom often comes through experience. My Father never wastes the trials that are surrendered into His hands. He has the power to transform every hardship into something that draws you closer to Him and prepares you for greater purpose. Never believe that your value depends upon how much you accomplish. The world measures people by achievements, possessions, popularity, and success. My Father measures differently. He sees your heart. He delights in humility, faithfulness, obedience, and love. Long before you accomplished anything, He loved you. Long before you understood His ways, He called you His own. Your worth was never earned by your performance, and it cannot be taken away by your failures. Rest securely in the knowledge that you are deeply loved by the One who created you. Do not allow disappointment to harden your heart. There will be moments when people fail you, when expectations remain unmet, and when life unfolds differently than you imagined. Resist the temptation to become bitter. Bitterness slowly steals joy, weakens faith, and clouds your vision of my Father's goodness. Instead, choose forgiveness. Choose mercy. Choose to trust that my Father can bring beauty even from painful experiences. What others intended to discourage you with, He is able to use for your growth, your testimony, and His glory. Remember to thank my Father throughout this week, not only after blessings become visible, but also while you are still waiting. Gratitude opens your eyes to the countless ways He is already caring for you. Every sunrise is evidence of His faithfulness. Every breath you breathe is a gift from His hand. Every opportunity to begin again is another expression of His mercy. A grateful heart finds joy even in ordinary moments, because it recognizes that every good thing ultimately comes from my Father. As you step into conversations, meetings, responsibilities, and unexpected moments throughout these coming days. Carry my peace wherever you go. Refuse to respond with anger when gentleness is needed. Refuse to answer fear with panic when faith can lead the way. Become someone whose presence reminds others of heaven's kindness. Let your words heal instead of wound. Let your actions encourage instead of discourage. Let your life reflect the light my Father has placed within you, so that others may see His goodness through everything you say and do. When the evening comes at the end of each day, do not carry every burden into tomorrow. Leave them with my Father. Trust Him while you sleep, just as you trust Him while you work. He neither slumbers nor grows weary. While you rest, He continues working. While you wait, He continues preparing. While you wonder, He continues guiding. His faithfulness never pauses, and His love never reaches an end. So go into this week with confidence, not because every problem has disappeared, but because my Father remains upon His throne. Walk with wisdom that comes from above, with strength that flows from His Spirit, with favor that no human being can manufacture, and with peace that remains steady regardless of changing circumstances. Let your heart remain fixed upon my Father's promises instead of the uncertainties around you. Continue seeking Him every morning, trusting Him every afternoon, thanking Him every evening, and resting in Him every night, believing with unwavering faith that the one who has begun a good work within you will continue guiding your steps, opening the right doors, strengthening your heart, surrounding your life with His favor, filling your spirit with His joy, and revealing His unfailing love throughout every moment of this new week until His perfect purposes are fulfilled in your life. My beloved children, before you leave this place of prayer, I want you to remember one truth above all others. My Father has never abandoned those who place their trust in Him. There may have been moments when you felt alone, seasons when your prayers seemed to echo in silence, and days when the darkness appeared stronger than the light. Yet even then, my Father was holding you with hands that never grow weak. He was guiding your steps when you could not recognize His direction. He was protecting you from dangers you never saw. He was working behind every closed door, every delay, every disappointment, and every unanswered question. What seemed like absence was often His unseen presence, faithfully accomplishing what only He could do. Do not allow the uncertainty of this week to steal the confidence my Father desires for you to have. Tomorrow belongs to Him, not to fear. Every sunrise arrives because He commands it. Every season changes according to His wisdom. Every breath you take is sustained by His mercy. Why then should your heart be overwhelmed by what has not yet happened? Instead of worrying about tomorrow, trust the one who already stands within it. My Father has gone before you, preparing the way, arranging circumstances, softening hearts, opening opportunities, and making straight paths that you cannot yet see. Walk by faith, not because you know every detail of the journey, but because you know the one who faithfully leads you. There will be moments during this week when distractions will compete for your attention. Many voices will invite you to become anxious, discouraged, offended, or overwhelmed. Guard your heart carefully. Not every voice deserves your agreement. Listen for my voice above the noise of the world. My voice will always lead you toward peace instead of panic, hope instead of despair, forgiveness instead of resentment, and truth instead of confusion. The more time you spend with my Father, the easier it becomes to recognize His gentle leading. Make room for quiet moments. Let prayer become your first response rather than your last resort. A heart that remains close to my Father will never lack the wisdom needed for each new day. Some of you are carrying burdens that no one else knows about. You smile before others while your heart quietly struggles. You have fought battles in secret. You have cried tears that no one has witnessed. You have asked questions that remain unanswered. Hear me today. Nothing about your pain has been hidden from my Father. He counts every tear. He understands every disappointment. He knows every fear before you even speak it aloud. Bring your burdens to Him without hesitation. You do not honor Him by pretending to be strong. You honor Him by trusting His strength when your own strength is exhausted. His grace is more than sufficient, and His compassion never runs dry. As you move through this Monday and the days that follow, refuse to let bitterness take root in your soul. Forgive quickly, even when forgiveness feels costly. Love generously, even when kindness is not returned. Pray for those who misunderstand you. Bless those who oppose you. This is the way of my Father's kingdom. The world responds to hatred with more hatred, but my Father overcomes darkness with light and evil with goodness. Every time you choose mercy instead of revenge, patience instead of anger, and humility instead of pride, you reflect the heart of your Heavenly Father to a world desperately searching for hope. Do not become discouraged if your obedience seems unnoticed. Many acts of faithfulness happen where no human applause can reach. The quiet prayer spoken before sunrise, the unseen kindness offered to a stranger, the faithful work performed with integrity, the encouraging word spoken to someone who needed hope. None of these escape my Father's attention. Heaven celebrates what the world often overlooks. Continue doing good without growing weary. Continue serving without demanding recognition. Continue loving without expecting repayment. My Father sees every faithful step, and He rewards those who seek to honor Him with sincere hearts. I also remind you not to place your confidence in temporary things. Wealth can disappear, positions can change. People's opinions can shift without warning. Circumstances rise and fall like the tides of the sea. But my Father's promises remain forever. Build your life upon His truth, and you will stand firm even when the storms come. A house built upon sand cannot endure the wind and rain, but a life built upon obedience to my Father's word cannot be shaken by the changing seasons of this world. Let His truth become the foundation beneath every decision you make this week. Remember that every person you meet has been created in the image of my Father. Some may test your patience, others may disappoint you, some may even oppose you. Yet I call you to see them through eyes of compassion. Many people carry wounds that remain invisible. Some speak harshly because they have never experienced kindness. Some live in fear because they have never known peace. Be patient with them. Speak life where others expect criticism. Offer grace where judgment has become common. Let your presence become a reminder that my Father's love is still reaching for every heart willing to receive Him. When you encounter obstacles this week, do not immediately assume that the journey has gone wrong. Sometimes my Father allows challenges because they strengthen your faith and prepare you for greater responsibility. Gold is refined through fire. Strong faith is developed through perseverance. Character is formed when obedience continues despite difficulty. Therefore, do not lose heart when the road becomes steep. I will walk beside you through every valley, strengthen you for every climb, and sustain you until you reach the place my Father has prepared for you. Nothing you face together with me is ever without purpose. Never forget that my Father's joy is available to you even in difficult seasons. The world believes joy depends upon favorable circumstances, but true joy flows from knowing that you belong to Him. When your heart remains anchored in His love, peace continues even during uncertainty, hope rises even during disappointment, and gratitude remains alive, even while prayers are still being answered. Let this joy become your strength throughout the week ahead. Refuse to allow temporary troubles to rob you of the eternal confidence that my Father is always working for the good of those who love Him and walk according to His purpose. Now, as you prepare to step into the responsibilities of this new week, go with complete confidence in my Father's faithfulness. Wake each morning expecting His mercy. Walk through each afternoon relying upon His wisdom. End each evening resting in His peace. Let prayer become the rhythm of your day, and gratitude become the language of your heart. Wherever you go, remember that my Father goes before you, my Spirit remains with you, and my love surrounds you continually. Walk boldly in faith, serve faithfully with humility. Love generously without condition, trust completely without fear, and believe with unwavering confidence that the God who created you, redeemed you, and called you by name will continue to guide your steps, strengthen your spirit, surround your life with divine favor, protect you through every unseen danger, provide for every genuine need. Fill your heart with enduring peace and faithfully accomplish every good purpose He has prepared for you throughout this week and beyond.